I've read it in the papers just as you've read it in the papers, because though Gautam Adani is a friend and the Adani Group are clients of mine, I've not been personally involved in this case, so I have no personal knowledge as to exactly what has happened or is going to happen. But from what the papers tell us is that there were two cases basically against them. One was filed by the Department of Justice. It was a criminal indictment. That, they say, is likely to be dropped. The second was a civil case which was filed against them by the US Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC as they call it. That is also likely to be settled with a fine of approximately $18 million being paid. And once that is settled by the SEC, it will go to the US Federal Court in New York, who will have to agree to the settlement, and then the case will be closed. So once that happens, if that happens, then all these cases against the Gautam Adani Group will come to an end.
Sir, there are reports that quid pro quo for the settling of this case. How justified is this?
So there are no really any reports of quid pro quo. What they do say is that independent of whatever was going to happen, and independent of the considerations that have been taken into account, there has been an offer of investment in America and the creation of jobs in America. That's what they've said. But I feel for the American system of justice, that is not unusual, and this is not an isolated case of its kind, quite unique. I think a lot of cases of this kind, when you study that branch of the law, you'll find. Also, what their lead counsel and firm, Sullivan and Cromwell, pointed out was that there is actually no evidence which is really there to link or bring wrongdoing to book. And frankly, it's also the American courts are exercising an extraterritorial jurisdiction. So I think, keeping all these facts in mind, the DOJ must have come to the conclusion that this is a case worth dropping.
Sir, do you see any impact of this case in India?
Oh yes. See, there are two aspects of the impact. One is, of course, that the Adani Group itself will now be unfettered. The chairman will be free to travel to any part of the world and expand his business and help his group expand business. So there will be one impact on the Adani Group itself, which is a very large group. So the impact on the Indian Stock Exchange will also be pretty large. The second impact will also be that I think the time has come when Indian industry sort of comes to the forefront in matters of the country, in matters of promoting the country in terms of business. And this will also help, because I am sure, now for example, if what is said is true, that he is going to invest in America, he is going to create jobs in America, then he opens up a large amount of trade between America and India. And his presence there will itself naturally may bring about an additional presence of American companies in India. So it may lead to, rather than just a one-way investment, a two-way trade. So it's possible that this will also have a very good impact on the Indo-US trade.